Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. We made it. Sometimes it's debatable.
And Sonny's even here. Yes.
Sonny made it.
Mm-hmm.
They got fed on time today, so he's happy. So I hope everybody's having a good time. We're still in the haze of smoke from all the wildfires.
Yeah.
It was supposed to end tomorrow morning, but sadly, no. Now it looks like maybe Saturday morning.
I don't know about right now, but for a day or so ago, we had literally the worst air quality in the world. People were saying it was like if you lived in Beijing back in the days when there was heavy, toxins in the air atmosphere.
Well, it's a mess. It's a hot mess, but it's pretty big.
Nice to see you, Leah.
I can't imagine what it's like in Canada. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just really sad. Sad state of affairs.
So let's move
we have
on.
Here. All right, but let's move on. Anthony, how did you get in first? Well, we're going to do the card for the collective first, of course. And I don't know. I think I'm going to use my Mystic Oracle of the Unicorns again. I also have the Mystic Journey Oracle here, but I like this one for the collective. Let's use this today. Right, such a beautiful deck.
Hi, Divine Universe.
Divine you. Hey, good to see you.
Love and hugs.
Things are going well. Yeah, I guess so.
I know.
Well, but you guys in California get your share when you get those wildfires, so it's our turn, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy stuff. Mr. O, I'm going to have you pick one.
All right.
Remember, they're a little thick, so they're right upright. Pretty sure about that. We're going to read it upright anyway, then. What do you got?
Partnership.
Ooh, la la.
Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with.
Well,
Build up a talented support team.
Sorry, didn't realize it wasn't done. Wow. Yes, teamwork. This card encourages you to reach out and connect with trustworthy people who can work with you or support you as you build your dreams. Trying to do everything yourself is holding you back, and you could free up so much time and energy by getting help. You could be stuck in a creative blind spot that someone with fresh eyes would easily see a solution to. Perhaps you are spending too much time cleaning and doing the laundry. I feel that when you could be writing your book or launching your business. Yes. You may be in need of a life coach. I need somebody to take care over the house so I can write all day. That would be great. But anyway, you may be in need of a life coach, an angel, investor, an assistant, a personal trainer, an accountant, a business partner, a nanny, or even a cleaner. You know which area is draining your time and energy, so start making inquiries and look for someone who will love to help out or be hired by you. When you do find possible candidates, be sure to trust your intuition on who to take on. Ask for references and testimonials, but always go with your inner voice and the person whose energy feels best. These unicorns know that partnership makes life more easy, fun, and magical. Delegating the tasks that drain you will free you up to step further into your brilliance. It is your time to shine, but you will need a team behind you in order to soar to your next level of success. Sonny wanted to help me there. You want to partner with me, Sonny? Well, it's very true, People can sometimes hurt So don't forget that. I think there's sound advice in here about making sure, you check references and different things, particularly in the world we live in today. You just never know. And so be careful out there. But obviously, two people can make the work go by much easier.
Indeed.
Wouldn't you say?
Indeed.
Indeed.
And I just want to say happy birthday, Tidal Wave.
Hey, Tidal.
Awesome.
It's your birthday today?
Yes.
It's also Gina's birthday, our friend
my
Gina's.
goodness.
Wow.
And also, so Anthony, you were here in Michigan. That's cool. You made it back before the smoke. That's even cooler.
Well, gee, Tidal Wave, we usually do a birthday reading. What?
Shouldn't we do that?
Anthony's birthday yesterday?
Oh, God, do we have to do both of them?
What's going
Anthony
on
said
here?
he wanted a general reading, but normally on a person's birthday or around that time, we will do the birthday spread reading that Banshee developed.
It's somewhere
Happy
here.
birthday to both of you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what happened to the birthday reading that was sitting down here for the longest
So
time.
neither of you get a birthday reading. It might be over there somewhere. Should I go look?
I don't know. Let me think about it a second. Just a second. I have another idea.
Yes, right, exactly. Anthony was first, so we'll do his birthday reading, and then we'll do the one for Tidal Wave Tarot. And we can only do this because it's a Thursday night, and it seems to be, I won't say.
Yeah, don't jinx it, because people will start coming in.
Hi, Mr. Maurice. Don't
See,
forget to
Mr.
come
M is
back
here.
on your birthday, which you mentioned, July
That's
15th
right.
or around there.
All right, so Mr. M is here now,
Happy
too.
birthday to all you guys, our friends, the Cancers.
All right, well,
Did you find it? You're going to pull it up on your...
I'm going to pull it up on my tablet. I believe I have it here. If I don't, I'm going to cry a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is possible it's not here. And now I got to figure out where exactly. I have a file folder.
Did it end up upstairs in the office or the library?
Maybe. Did we do somebody's birthday
don't
spread
remember
privately?
I don't remember that. I'm wondering if it's over there in that corner.
Well, if we don't have it, I'm only going to give it a few more minutes. Why don't you chat up some of the stuff going on while I look?
Corrected list. Very good. Thank you, of course.
Hang on a minute. If anything, you know what? I could just turn off my YouTube and get it on the computer. Oh, wait, here's my folder. Let me check here. The tarot. Meanwhile,
I don't know how to be more entertaining than I already am.
well, can't you talk about things? What's coming up next Monday well, it's not next Monday. Oops, never mind.
Well, just before Mr. Maurice's birthday on July 9th or 10th will be the next unhappy hour. It's our fourth quarter moon. Banshee is showing me she has the birthday spread. So without delay, we can move on to Anthony's birthday spread reading and then Tyler's.
Why don't you shuffle this one
Got
first
it.
and I'll shuffle the next.
And there's your card back.
I'm going to be turning around to look at that. Thank you, Mr. O. Got that.
Alrighty.
Put the Oracle of the Unicorns away. Wow, look at all these birthdays at this time of year. Holy moly. We had to wish Gina a happy birthday on Twitter today. And
Gina, yep.
it's this season, I guess. I don't know.
My coworker Eddie, it was his birthday recently, I think last week. All right.
Everybody's going to show up
Do we
now.
both shuffle this?
Yes, we do.
All right, so there you go.
So I know Divine, you came in right before Mr. M. I got to get Divine on my list. And I think everything else is up to date here. And Violet's got the list, of course.
Alrighty.
But just in case we got to back it up for whatever reasons, good to have here. All right.
Card one.
Yes, you'll pull card one. Whoopsie. Slippery little deck, aren't they?
Aren't they? Okay, card one.
So it's for Anthony, and card one is the gift that you, Anthony, received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year.
Well, it's the Four of Wands upright. By the way, this is the Pride Tarot that I selected. And this card says that I guess last year's gift to you was the sense of a strong foundation or a reason to really celebrate, to feel the sense of your community, your family, whatever around you. And I don't remember in relationship if you had already moved there or if something happened around this time last year. It's kind of a
it's through
general,
the year. It's the gift
right.
from the whole year.
Exactly.
And I think this was a time of celebration, but also maybe it was also a time for you, Anthony, to establish firm foundations for moving forward in, the new environment. So I kind of think, the Four of Wands can be about that as well. Maybe you found there was much to celebrate and, it's left you feeling pretty good at the start of this new birthday year.
After all, the Four of Wands is our unofficial or official party card for TFT.
That's
All
right.
Card 2.
Card 2. Uh-oh. Of course, my thing shut off on me, huh? Okay. The gift of the present moment.
And it's the reversed Two of Swords. So the gift to me is saying, like, maybe in some ways your eyes have been opened. Certain things you are now perceiving right around now, maybe you weren't able to see before, or in other ways, if it's not about physical vision, about movement. It could be saying that, now you feel more free to move in the directions you want to go in.
That's the gift of the present moment is movement. Absolutely. Whether it's movement in, some area or aspect of your life. Maybe, didn't you talk about possibly taking classes or more education?
Doctorate.
For example. It could also be, just movement forward with some other phase of your life.
Right. Swords are mental, stimuli.
The gift of the present moment might be to also, make an important move or a decision that needs to be made.
Very nice. Card
And
3.
finally, card 3 is the gift from your connections with others in the next year.
Okay, so Ace of Cups is reversed. It may... I don't know. I want you to go first.
Well, we talked about whether we wanted to do these cards all upright in this reading, and birthdays come up before we make a firm decision on this. But, there's always a gift even in the reversals. And so I feel here that the gift of your connections with others is, to be able to possibly be there. I feel for people, that people might be there for you when you need them. You might be there for them when you need them. There may be some disappointments this year, with around, how do I want to say this? In your circle of friends or associates. And, this might call for you to be, a little bit more in tune with your emotional side and in bringing forth, good feelings towards other, again, getting them through rough patches, maybe even learning to do that for yourself.
The gift of your interactions with friends maybe is saying that, you challenge yourself to be a little more receptive, and maybe you also challenge them to also be receptive to your needs and your feelings too.
Exactly. Perfect, Mr. O.
All right.
And next is the card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with your dreams and goals.
And it's Death upright. So we're saying big
Wow.
change here. We're saying, how is that position?
Again, it's the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with dreams and goals.
So there's a strong energy of change here, this gift that comes to you.
It just seems like there's a tie-in to me here with the Death card and the Two of Swords reversed.
Oh.
I mean, that is the gift of the present moment, and we're also talking about what can help you move forward, towards your dreams and goals. Is making a decision, maybe that would be a bit of a change for you, Anthony. This might be something that, a major move or a major decision on your part. Death is usually about that, so it seems like that's what's going to be necessary to move you forward.
Exactly. There's really like saying that something strongly pulls you towards maybe an orbit you hadn't quite considered before. No matter where you feel you are in your life or your goals or your your desires, this is maybe saying something could be pulling you into a very new direction.
And card 5 is the gift from your spirit guide or ancestors.
And it's the upright 7 of Swords.
Wow. Well,
I love it.
I do too in a way, but you go first on that one.
Well,
then.
it's the gift from your ancestors. I suppose that, in the sense of the spirit of the deck and of the card, your ancestors are saying sometimes you do have to walk a little bit on the dark side. Sometimes you do have to try to out-clever other people, how to maybe go around their expectations too. Maybe people have been seeing you in a certain way, and maybe your ancestors are saying, that's not your whole story, Anthony. There are maybe some other things you can show them that they don't suspect, whether there are actually, good things or maybe things that are just a little bit different or uncommon. Your ancestors are saying, feel free to embrace the idea of what it is you can share that maybe not everybody would know, the secrets.
Well, and the other thing is, know what to share. I think your ancestors are saying, number one, always be the authentic you, no matter what. Always speak your truth, walk your truth. That's the best way to go. But in doing so, you don't have to reveal things that are necessary to be revealed.
Right.
In other words, know when to speak and know when to be silent. That's the main thing I think here.
The cleverness idea.
Well, it's also the secrecy, because the 7 of Swords can be about secrecy as well as speaking truth. Now, when it's reversed, truths are revealed, and they're not always happy truths. But
well, and remember,
this
is the gift of the ancestors.
Right.
So, like I suggest,
It's
perhaps it's advice saying, these are the kind of ways to sort of oversee your life.
The last card is, of course, the gift this year will ultimately give to you. What lessons will you have learned, or what growth will be achieved?
Well, it's another 7, but it's the reverse 7 of Cups, which is actually pretty cool.
Well, I think by this year you will realize that you have chosen wisely.
Yeah.
This is reversed here. It's as if you finally have made a move or decision. You realized an important change was necessary, and you followed it through, and it was a smart move. You chose well. Those 3 cards just really fit together like a glove here.
Absolutely. I sort of like the idea of the one being upright, the one being reversed, and they're sort of like saying, use these energies to really decide for yourself the best course of action, because there is a sense of movement with the 7 of Swords too. And so when you look at the 7 of Cups saying, finalizing, your dream, your goal. And it's all about that big change too.
And I kept pointing to this, but I was talking about the 2 of Swords. Sorry.
Hi, Dazzling.
And so ultimately, what I want to say to you, Anthony, as I sum up, is that, this is a year where you are starting off with a firm base, a good foundation, solid, in a celebratory or more happy mood as to where you are in life. You've got some major moves or decisions to consider here. That was, oh God, I hate when this closes on me. That was, I just want to double check. Yeah, the gift of the present moment. You have some major moves or decisions to make. This might not be the most happy year for you in relationships, but it may be because, you're going to be spending a lot of time tapping into your own emotional well-being and also trying to soothe others who may be having a difficult time. But major changes are afoot. I believe it's associated with that move that you're going to make. Walk your walk, talk your talk. Your ancestors want you to do that. But also, that doesn't mean you have to say, speak everything out loud. And ultimately, good decisions, good choices this year.
Good choice, kid.
Good choice, kid. That's what I have for you. Anything
Happy
you want to add
birthday.
there, Mr. O? No, I guess
Nope.
Mr. O has nothing
I'm good.
else.
I'm nothing to add. I hope you had a great birthday celebration, and good to see you.
Hey, Dazzling Empress Art, we're doing some birthday readings right now, so it's going to take a little longer, but we don't have a long list, so you don't have a long wait.
And now it's Tidal Wave
Angel,
Tarot's
Dazzling
turn.
Empress Angel. Sorry, whatever. Hey, you
You're
are
very
welcome,
welcome,
Anthony.
of course.
Remember, you can revisit this day and look at that reading anytime to refresh yourself on what's happening this year for you. Now, let's move on to our next birthday reading, right?
Tidal Wave Tarot.
All
Happy
right.
birthday.
I'll use my deck. Just give me a second. Let's see here. Let's use this one. You are very welcome, Anthony.
And don't forget to watch my Emotional Exchanges tomorrow morning or anytime. It premieres at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I ask the 3 important questions for the elemental signs of the zodiac. What is coming to you, emotionally speaking, why that may be important, and where it will lead to. So that's Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges, Fridays at 7 a.m. By the way, we should also mention, too, that happy hour will be later. It will
Violet,
not be,
take note.
It will not be at 10 a.m. It will be at 4 p.m. Mr. O is shifting a shift with
Mr.
somebody.
O had to help somebody out who's got a funeral to attend, so he's working the morning shift.
Right.
So we
will
have to
happy
do
hour
it.
at 4.
It'll be about 4 o'clock?
Yeah,
4
o'clock.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, happy hour this Saturday.
All right. Happy birthday, Tidal Wave. Here we go.
Whoa! Well, you know what? Remember, this is the gift of the last year, Tidal Wave, and you have been through a lot.
Indeed. It's the Ten of Swords.
It's the Ten of Swords.
So the gift of the last year was knowing that you probably had faced pretty much as bad as you ever had, and yet somehow you still were able to scrape out some modicum of hope or initiative or drive or something that pulled you away from the wreckage, so to speak.
Can I sing?
Go ahead.
So, the gift of the last year is I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
You're still standing, after a rough year. I know you've been going through some stuff employment wise, etc. And so, but the worst seems to be behind you now, according to what the Ten of Swords upright indicates.
And I think it's the gift of knowing that, at least for now, you couldn't say forever and ever you're never going to encounter anything worse than that, but that knowledge of saying, whew, done, so done with last year.
Well, Mr. O should remember there are some other challenging cards in the deck, so
You know it.
let's take a look at the next card, and the next card is the gift of the present moment. That's the gift from last year. The gift of the present moment, it's the moon.
The moon. Wow.
Mysteries to be revealed, title. Maybe there's a little bit of uncertainty. Maybe, as you're moving forward now at the present moment. But, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think also this is a time, too, the gift of the present moment is your intuitive senses are heightened right now, You can kind of ferret out these answers or these mysteries by, tapping into that intuitive side.
The old TV show or radio show, I Love a Mystery. This is sort of the sum of that, because maybe in a sense for somebody like you, there's a sense, and Cancer, moon sign, moon, children, that kind of thing. There's a sense maybe of a serenity that really resolving mysteries in your life or resolving mysteries that you help others with sort of brings you a certain peace of mind. And so maybe it's the thrill of the journey. That's the present moment.
Well, let's see what the gift from your connections with others in the next year will be. It's another, we had an Ace in Anthony's reading, and it was reversed in this position. And we have another Ace from a different deck in this position for you. It's the Ace of Swords.
The Ace of Swords.
I think that's a positive sign, especially if you've been, like you said, reckless neighbors, inconsiderate friends. I think that this is going to be a time of more truthfulness, of more positive connections, of more constructive, conversations and relations with others.
There could even be a sense to some degree of partnerships with people who you can feel honest about working with, or just finding that there is a mutual nature to projects or situations, or even if you're just working on work goals, even, you may find that you have the right people to kind of work with, and that makes a difference.
Indeed. And so card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with your dreams and goals. Okay, well, it's the 3 of Cups reversed after saying all that good stuff about your connections with others, but that is the gift here. Sometimes I think the best way you can work on your dreams, your visions, and your goals, unlike what we said, wait a minute. Remember, the magical unicorn card was talking about partnerships? I think for you, Title, this is saying the opposite. That you are better off maybe working on your dreams, goals on your own in this year ahead. And don't expect a pat on the shoulder and congratulations from others. Don't even look for that. If you are satisfied with your progress and direction and the work you've been putting into something, you don't need that outside validation, do you? So learn to be more independent, and maybe that is the gift of your connections this year. It may be that things are smoothing out, but you have learned over time to become more independent as far as working on your own projects, dreams, and goals go.
Well, I like this one. I think it sort of connects a little bit to the moon in a way, too.
Maybe.
That sense of serenity, of figuring out that there are things you need to explore. And no doubt this is saying really that maybe although you may feel a resonance towards a situation a person of, these are things you're probably going to be doing on your own, and maybe only relating that to others as you need to, that there still is a sense of that mystery angle connecting that, for me at least. All right.
Card 5, of course, is the gift from your spirit guides or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in this next year? It's the Queen of Cups.
The Queen
Upright.
of Cups. Upright. Nice.
Your ancestors, Tidal Wave, wants you to exhibit, kindness, compassion, and empathy to those around you as much as you can. You just continue to be you, and maybe they see that in you already, that you have this generous, loving nature that unfortunately, maybe some people take advantage of. That's a given in life. We got to be careful of that. But, it's all your ancestors really want to see that continue with you. Not to allow, people who you can't work together with or whatever get you down. Just try to be compassionate and kind and do what you need to do for yourself. Mr. O?
Oh, you're so funny. But yes, it does sort of mean that the ancestors at least want you to hold yourself to some reasonable standard. And it doesn't have to be like an incredibly warm one. I know people who basically remain cordially polite, and that is that they're not very warm, but they're not impolite.
Yeah, your ancestors, I'm sure, like what I'm about to say, is that, you can't stoop to the level of others because there's no glory in that. There's no glory in that. There is glory in rising above that, And I think that your ancestors want the best for you in that regard. And card 6, the gift that this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons will you have learned, or what growth have you achieved? Wow, it's another reverse 3.
Do you like threes? Yeah, it's the reversed 3 of Wands. So the ultimate gift may be that you're still feeling you need to wait for your action in some respect. or that you still need to time your action better, that maybe you need to wait more for your opportunity, or more needs to be planned for your opportunity to manifest and be more available.
Well, 100% there with that last line. I think that, I think the lesson of this year will be that these things, your dreams and your goals, are not just going to manifest just because you're putting your efforts into it. You need to plan and strategize better. And I think this year is going to point that out to you. Ultimately in the end. And it may have to do with, the fact that you realize now more of what you want, that you are going to have to work more solo on your own success or on your own dreams and goals. You cannot rely on the goodwill of others, even though you have a lot of goodwill to share, that you have to just apply it and strategize. This isn't something where it's going to be handed to you. You're going to have to ferret it out, I think here with the gift of the present moment is saying, some of this stuff is going to come to you ultimately if you go within and you really think about it and you really start planning.
Well, it almost feels to me like without that perspective of how bad last year was, you wouldn't have come to this point. So some of this is still you maybe doing some amount of meditation, processing, shadow work on those experiences. What is the third position again?
Oh, the third position was the relations, connections with others, remember? Because
right.
That's where Anthony had an ace.
Yes, and so it still seems like to me that although you're better suited with pursuing some things on your own, you still need to have those connections there, even if they're not, like firmly in hand. And so I think this is a part of the strategizing.
Well, you're right, Title. And when I look at that Queen of Cups, I would also suggest your ancestors want you to take care of yourself too. And so, if you're being distracted, taken advantage of, that Three of Cups here, pull back, and focus on you. It's okay to give yourself as much loving care as you have given away to others, and maybe even more so.
All right.
Happy birthday to you, Title. Good luck with that. And remember, as I've said to Anthony, you can always come back here and take a look at the messages of this reading, during your year ahead. Happy day.
And now for our regular readings, and Acel is up.
Acel, you are up. I hope you're here.
And that was the first for us. I don't think we've ever done two
birthdays.
We
may have, but it's been a long
time.
Yeah.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad I kept a copy of my PowerPoint on here. A PDF copy. That was wise.
Thanks for sticking around, Acel. And I'm going to use my deck for you. What don't I know about myself, or my hidden or shadow things that are holding me back from accomplishing the goals that I want to accomplish?
Okay, good question.
Okay, that's
Acel.
a good question. So I'm going to use a Deviant Moon Tarot for that.
And I have the Herbs and Plant Lenormand today. We switched up decks today. I'm sorry, Violet, I don't have the Witch's Garden today. Don't you mind reading on that?
What's that?
Yes,
the 3?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see if it'll work. Let's lay the cards out. I want to take a look at them all and let's see if it'll work. Maybe.
So, what don't I know about myself? My hidden or shadow things that are holding me back. All right.
What is that?
The Knight of Cups. Okay, so the Knight of Cups, what don't you know about yourself?
Well, so I think this is about emotions. This is about how you manage emotions in your life. The ups and downs. the nights are like coming and going of things, and so I really feel that the Knight of Cups in particular is really truly talking about the ebb and flow of our emotions, and are they in balance?
It's about the control. The knights have controlled movement, whether it is even reversed or not. They don't manage things the way the king or the queen might. They are about the movement. So this is saying perhaps that what you don't understand about yourself is how you move emotionally within a relationship, whether it's forward or backward.
And this is any type of relationship. It
Yeah.
could be dealing with your, romantic side or
Right.
emotional side
Not
of life.
necessarily, right.
Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see the next card,
Okay,
please.
so the next card, why is this important? And it is the Hermit.
What was it reversed?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
What is it?
It's the Nine of Cups reversed. I am sorry. I got it. It's the Nine of Cups reversed. So it's important because you may always have an emotional makeup that is overly sensitive or is always kind of vacillating back and forth in good times, bad times. So the lack of the control or the handling results maybe in you having a harder time with your expressions of emotionality and maybe how they affect your function.
Well, I really like this combination in a way, Estelle. It says a lot to me. Whether your goals are, a happy relationship in life or a stable career, whatever the case may be here, your emotions play a role. Your emotions have to be balanced in times when things go wrong. Also, sometimes if you just don't have control over your emotions, that could make things go wrong. And that's why it's important. We have to have balance. We have to keep our emotions in check in order to achieve the success or what we truly desire.
So now we ask, where does this lead? Where will it go?
I can't see it.
It's the Queen of Cups.
Oh, okay. Oh my
And
gosh.
it's upright. And it's the Queen of Cups and it's upright. And this is very, very
Beautiful.
cool, very fascinating because the Queen of Cups is pretty much in control of her emotional life. She knows exactly how to express her desires and goals in reasonable ways. She doesn't get carried away in her mind with, false feelings or untrue feelings. Emotions of others don't necessarily affect her in a bad way, don't make her feel defensive or out of control.
Well, and so I look here. Oh gosh, Sonny, please sit down. Hey, lay down. He's thrown me off. So I look over here and I think to myself, this really is an interesting progression here. It's like, okay, so what is it you need to look at? Your emotional balance and stability. Why is it important? Because it could be affecting your ability to achieve what it is you truly desire. And in a sense, that's what you asked. And so where is this heading? To the fact that once you achieve that emotional balance and stability, and you recognize the role that maybe it plays in your life, you will be much in a stronger position to really open your heart again to new experiences of all types, of things that you really want in your life. And let's take a look at this now too, I guess would be the time. Oh boy, the cross has shown up.
In the Lenormand, the cross has shown up. The book, right?
Yep.
And it's the book.
So, and I'm just going to bring this up because it's really interesting to me that this came up this way. I almost feel here, and I think you're really on a good track right now asking different questions, than you've been asking lately, because here's the deal. some things that you keep thinking about, that you keep wondering about, are causing you more grief than it's worth and sorrow. And so you need to move past that. You need, and remember, I think in another reading not that long ago, I think I was talking to you about stop overthinking things, And so if you overprocess something too much, it starts to wear on you and it makes you weary, it makes you sad and gloomy. It's time to get the emotions more balanced so you can finally move past, the lack of all these setbacks in your life and move on to times that will bring you more joy.
The Lenormand really quickly and articulatingly bring the point home. And I think that's the idea, is that you are in a process of discovering not only more about how your emotional nature has kind of taken charge of some parts of your life, but what it has caused, this grief or this tension or, the misery that you feel on occasions. And so really, the more you find out about that, the more you really are causing that you really need
it's creating a loop.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Feedback loop.
And it's like it's like a feedback loop. And so once you break that chain, once you break that cycle, I think that's where the Queen of Cups comes in, and you feel much more solid, much more together. This is a great reading. I'm glad you asked the question, Estelle. I think clearly you can work through this. Good luck with that.
All right.
And maybe you are on your way now.
Thanks, Estelle.
Hey, Leah, you are up.
Hey, long time no see. That's what you said.
Where have you been?
I think you said you were busy with work. A lot of work stuff is making you busy.
Okay.
Well, many of us do that. We're just here to kind of show you that, it doesn't have to be exactly like that, and that there's actually a lot of other ways you can think about this and focus on it. You're going to get there.
Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes I try to focus on the good. Even when I'm going through some bad times, I try to focus on the good because I also want to figure out how, instead of magnifying the bad in my life, how I can take the little good that's happening and expand that, And so you'll get there. You'll get there.
It's your deck, and I have those. And Aaliyah has asked one of her interesting questions.
All right. What do you got, Aaliyah? This is Sunday, and I don't know. Oh, I see.
It's up above.
Rush! Are you talking about the rock band Rush?
Rush. Fly by night, away from here.
I love Rush.
We do.
One of my favorite bands. One of my favorite bands of all time.
We have seen them, right? Did you see them with me? I've seen them 2 times, I think.
I may have seen them once with you. It's very vague to me if we did. They're a band I really love, though. I do. I've got a number of their albums.
Oh my
I've got a video of theirs that I absolutely love, a DVD.
This is my 50th high school anniversary, and I know I saw Rush for the first time like a year or so after that.
Oh, okay. A band that was on Nickelodeon. Okay.
I see.
Not our old-timey band.
We won't talk about it anymore.
Not our old-timey band. All right. This is the Totem Animal Tarot, or Animal Totem Tarot, I think it's called. Well, Aaliyah, should you go? Should you stay or should you go?
Well, you're wondering if they're going to cancel.
Well, guess what I got? It's the 3 of Swords.
3 of Swords. Ugh.
But then there's that.
Queen of Pentacles.
Wow.
Stay away from the mosh pits if they have those. Ooh.
The Lightning Tower, and it's reversed. It's gonna thunderstorm. Well, it might very well thunderstorm, I'm afraid. Seeing that card there and the Three of Swords.
And we have the Anchor in our Lenormand cards. And the House. Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay
Oh
home.
my God. Well, Aaliyah, I hate to, watch everybody will have a good time and then you'll be mad at us. But, honestly, that almost says you're safer or you're better off staying at home. There's more security there. The Three of Swords could indicate that it might be a rather unhappy experience. Maybe if it is the weather or it does get canceled, there is that possibility.
Could you get separated from the group you're going with for some reason? Because this talks about separation.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I would say that, but there seems to be some sadness or sorrow connected with things. But the Queen of Pentacles is here, and, I just wonder if the Queen of Pentacles is just saying, this is a decision you're going to have to make. You're going to have to decide what is better for you personally. Because the Queen of Pentacles is about self-care. Others may want you to go really bad, and you might be having mixed feelings about this. So you really have to decide what is best for you here. And I'll tell you what, the Tower is reversed here. That could definitely be some delay or cancellation. I could see weather issues. But also the fact here is that, this may not be a really great experience.
There may be something that you need to realize about it, and it may be really hard to understand what that is or to see it happening.
Something that isn't expected, yeah. That would put your safety or well-being at risk, yeah. I see that, Violet. Hey, Christine.
Hi,
we'll add
Christine.
you to the list, sure. It's not very big today. We had to do some birthday readings, so we're a little behind schedule.
It's not bad. So,
Well, an interesting reading, Aaliyah, and I just have to say, the cards are leaning to saying it's either going to get canceled or some other disappointment's going to happen, and that you might be better off anchored at home. What does an anchor do? It keeps you in place, and there's your home.
you'll have to let us know.
I know. Now we're going to want to know. And if we blow it for you, we're sorry. And you know what? You could still go, and then you could tell us it was either good or it was not.
You guys suck.
Ultimately, like I said, Queen of Pentacles there, you have to decide what's in your best interests. Good luck with that.
Good
The
luck.
Tarot's leaving this one in your hands. But it's showing you a couple things there to think about.
Oh, my Lord. All right, so we are on Violet Ann.
Hey, Violet Ann.
Hi,
How's it
Violet
going?
Ann.
I hope it's going well. You're a deck, Mr. O.
Why ask why? Aaliyah, I don't know.
Well, and tarot is a tool to help you think about it more. So it showed you some not so great scenarios there, and also the fact where they felt you'd feel safer or more secure. So they're leaving it up to you to make that decision, though.
All right, and Violet Ann has asked, is there new love coming in?
Or is it Jeff? Still waiting, huh, Violet Ann?
but
Doggone it, our cards have been so positive.
Okay. So,
your deck?
what will I use? I'll use my tarot, Mermaid's Tarot.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Hey, do what you can, Aaliyah. It was great to see you again. Thanks for keeping us on your playlist. All right. Let's see what we have here. Really?
First card, the Sun.
Wow.
Nice. Second card, reversed Queen of Pentacles.
Boy, why are we getting repeat cards with the different decks?
10 of Cups, upright.
Well, but wait, Mr. O, want something to fly in the face of all of that?
Sure.
Look what came up again.
Oh, the cross. Boy, that wanted to fall out of my hand. Violet, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, but it's clearly not all bad here, is it?
I don't know.
Is that the Queen of Pentacles reversed in the
Yes,
middle?
it is.
Okay. Well,
that's not always so bad, you know.
No, it's not.
Take care of yourself.
You got to take care of yourself. You got to think of what's best for you here. And right now, you have to kind of do things. I wonder if it's tied into this right here. If this nice pyramid of cards here, isn't telling me something, that you've got a lot of worries. You've got a lot of long-term stress on your mind, and you've really got to find a way to shake yourself out of this. Maybe it's this constant waiting for something to happen or develop that's really, bringing you down. And in a sense, it could be bringing you more of the same. I sense something is shifting because honestly, why else would you have the Sun and the 10 of Cups here?
I'm going to just take a shot here and say it's more likely going to be something else pops up and develops, and you and Jeff may remain as friends or ambiguously, skirting around each other. But I feel like something new is happening. That's the Sun. And I think it reminds you that, you have to go with the flow. And the flow is about your happiness.
Your long-term happiness. When I think of the 10 of Cups here, that's kind of a long-term happiness card. I don't know if I look at the Sun as being like a new beginning per se. It could be. But I also wonder here if this isn't saying, Violet Ann, that you may find out something soon that will lead to long-term happiness, And, if it is it's kind of leaving it rather open with me again as to whether this is Jeff or whether this is someone new. I can agree with Mr. O that there is a good possibility it could be someone new. And maybe that's the point of what I'm seeing here, Violet Ann, is that maybe instead of waiting and investing your time waiting on maybe Jeff to see the light, it's time to start moving towards your own light here and going and pursuing what could bring you long-term happiness.
Because I just sort of feel like the Sun is a sign that maybe something pops up. Like it's not because you're looking, but just some opportunity seems to show up. Somebody flirts with you a little bit or gets your attention. Somebody, seems interesting and you respond. Something.
Despite that cross and that, because I really think that's kind of, the cross is kind of what you're going through now. And so I don't see that as being a negative for this reading. I'm thinking still, the way these cards have been going for you lately, it's pointing to some shift and positive change here in your emotional life. I think it's just a matter of time, doggone it. But this is saying don't be waiting around too long, for somebody to come around. You're just going to have to find that light because it is out there. And, who knows? I always say, too, sometimes when we take our guard down and we move away from something we really want, that eventually that thing seems to come back around, and it's more positive. So you got to see what happens, Violet Ann. I'm still hopeful here that the energies are shifting for you. Good luck with that.
And I want all you guys in the chat room to stop talking about chili mac and food.
What?
Because you're making me hungry.
You had a great meal.
I don't care. I'm hungry again. They're talking about food and I'm hungry. Maybe tidal wave. Maybe it's a stew. You're not helping.
Yeah, I think so, Violet Ann. Good luck with that. I'm glad we were able to at least, inform that maybe you're right. Maybe there's something going on here. I think you will find out something.
Good luck. All right, AA is here and
Hi,
asks,
AA.
who does Cancer really love? Who is his heart? Is it Capricorn or Scorpio? That would be your deck.
Is it Capricorn or Scorpio?
Is that how the question
Do we
is
want to
asked?
do
We could. I know what you're
the
saying.
2 and 2?
2 and 2.
So the first one will be, is it the Capricorn? And the
It's-
second one will be, is it the Scorpio?
It's easier for me to skip ice cream than maybe something like chili. I don't know why. Ice cream doesn't hold great appeal for me, but once in a while I like it. I'm probably going to have some later. Shock of shocks. Because I know
want
she
some
had
too.
some already.
Well, I had just a taste. I didn't have ice cream per
AA
se.
says they're a chili mac person.
Hi, Cherry. We'll add you
Cherry.
to the list.
We can add you to the list.
It's kind of short today, so I think we can get you in. I'll be watching the time. All right, AA, let's see if we can figure this out.
Drop one? I think I did.
All right. Are you dropping my cards?
I may have. No, I guess I just thought I did. I don't see it anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
No, I honestly didn't drop it.
Okay. All right.
That's kids for you, eh, Tidal Wave?
Ah.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, let's do these one at a time here. For the Capricorn, we have the Fool reversed. We have the Chariot upright.
Do you want the Lenormands?
Yes.
All right. So the first Lenormand was the child?
3 is the ship.
The ship. Ah, because there's a ship in the background. And then the sun.
Those are kind of cheery Lenormand, but also you got to remember the ship is about movement, and so is the Chariot. And the Fool is reversed here. And so I really think maybe where it stands right now, it may not necessarily be the Capricorn, because there is, this sense that maybe they feel there's a false start, or it's not the right fit for them. They don't feel like they want to move forward with this relationship. I sense the movement is away, that they feel that they will find their success elsewhere.
Yeah, I like that interpretation.
But-
I was a little puzzled with the sun, but that makes sense.
So let's see about the Scorpio. We have the Queen
Capricorn
of
is an X. Okay.
We have the Queen of Swords upright. But we have the Knight of Cups reversed. And what do you have there? The tree.
The tree. And the rider. Huh.
Well, I think it's leaning towards the Scorpio, but it's not like a perfect match either. It's the Knight of Cups, right? The Knight
Right.
of Cups is reversed there, and it indicates to me that maybe the emotions kind of wax and wane with the Scorpio. Sometimes
No.
they're really hot. Well, I'm not saying the Scorpio's when it waxes and wanes. Who does the Cancer? The Cancer's feelings wax and wane towards the Scorpio. But here's the ticket. They are moving towards establishing roots here.
And they're very decisive about this. The Queen of Swords sort of indicates the idea that they have a really strong sense of their capability to know, understand, and decide things. So coupled with the idea that, there's a little bit of flux emotionally speaking, they still present as maybe the better choice, I think, given what we're showing here.
And I see you say they're with the Scorpio now. So, I feel here wait a minute, was that the Queen of Swords in here? That they are making a decision. That's
yeah.
what I wanted to say. They're making a decision, despite waxing and waning emotions, to be with this person and try to establish roots, more firm roots. So you say they're together now. I think that's the way it's going to be, at least for the foreseeable future. And I don't know, it all depends on if they can work out their actual feelings, and, that they seem to be a little bit waffly about. So that's what we have for you. I hope that makes some sense.
All right,
Good
thank
luck
you.
with that, AA. You know what I'm falling in love with? I always loved, I'm sorry, I love to go to Dairy Queens and I like to get soft serve ice cream. And Blue Bunny has some really awesome soft serve ice creams now in the freezer aisle. And so I picked up, I don't have any right now, but that's turning into one of my favorites right now, just because I've always loved soft serve. I can't help it. And they have a mint chocolate chip that's great. They have a cookies and cream, and they have a chocolate and a vanilla. Those are the ones I've seen. I don't know if there are any more like that.
Okay, is Divine next? Is that why we have their question?
That probably is true. Is Divine before Kara? Let's see.
No, Kara, then Divine.
Yeah, it's Kara, then Divine. That's what
All
I
right.
thought.
So we do have Divine's question, which is fine. You can step out, of course.
Got it, Violet. Thank you.
Yeah, we can add you. Are we thinking that maybe the last one then?
Maybe. Let's wait a few more minutes because there's only after Kara 1, 2, 3,
About
4,
7.
5. She'd be the 6th, Beatrice. We'll add you to the list, Beatrice.
Right. And hello to South Africa.
Yes. Nice to see you here. Okay. So what was Kara's again? I'm sorry I got distracted there.
I don't know. She wants us to test the veracity of ice creams, I guess. I don't know.
What?
How can our tarot card help you with that ice cream question, Kara?
I don't think that's Kara's question.
Bullcocky. This is a family show, Kara. You can't say things like that.
Kara, what's up?
Give us your question.
We need a question. Bluebell is great.
We can refer you to the YouTube channel that discusses ice cream if you'd like. You're welcome, Beatrice.
Spirit have for you. Okay, my deck.
What dose does Spirit have for you? I don't know. It's a strong dose, Kara.
Mr. O is going to be smart alecky here today, Kara. I won't apologize for him.
There is no apology for me. Alrighty.
I thought it was my deck. No,
You had the last one, didn't you?
I don't remember.
That orangey thing that
Oh.
you pulled away?
Okay.
What was that, the Radiant?
I don't know. It was
You
the
used
Radiant
it?
Wilds.
Was that the one we just used then?
Maybe.
Because we did 2 and 2. So you actually got to use it for a bigger question.
And you got to use more of these.
But those are yours too.
Never try to fight with a Scorpio. You just can't win. You just can't win. Just let them keep going and thinking.
We
that
all
they
need a
won.
dose of spirit, Kara. We all do.
A spoonful of spirit. Ostino!
Hi, Ostino. Nice to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
Good afternoon. Aw. Thank you very much.
Well,
was
as
just thinking of
always,
you
we
guys
enjoyed
today.
our baked goods.
I was just thinking of you today, thinking like, I need more.
I know. It's almost time to come back. We're working out tomorrow. Whoops.
Indeed.
Right.
All right. So this one is for Kara. What does Spirit have? And the first one is the reverse Queen of Wands.
So what does Spirit have for you? You know, I kind of feel here with the Queen of Wands reverse, Spirit is saying, well, this is a time for you to not shy away from your goals, your dreams, or even if it's about standing up for yourself in some way, this isn't a time to hold back. This is a time to reveal yourself. That's what Spirit has. Spirit is wondering, why hold back? Why are you holding back?
Right. Spirit maybe is suggesting that, there's a sense of you're dialing down your bravery to some degree, and maybe, you need to consider if you should dial it up. Courage, bravery, charisma.
Oh, that's cool. Nice, Austino.
Okay.
So why is that important for Kara?
And it's the reverse Nine of Cups.
Nine of Cups?
Yes.
Again. Oh, well, this is so interesting to me that came up in the same position for one of our other readings. So why is that important? Because you're not going to get your dreams, goals, and desires by lurking in the shadows, unfortunately. So, and you don't somehow seem the type to me, but in some ways, Spirit is feeling you have to shine your light brighter. You have to get out there and show people who you truly are. And because otherwise you're going to be, you're still going to be lacking the success you truly feel you deserve.
I think so. I think this is just saying it's important because you will lose your dream. You will feel hopeless. You will feel like what you enjoy, you really can't enjoy. Things won't hold the same value for you. And it's maybe because you're taking this sort of back seat here rather than being a little bit more actively involved.
We'll add Sherry Violet.
Yes.
Hi there. You can ask a question, but we're still going through our list, Sherry. So it'll be a little while. And so where is this heading? Where is this heading for Kara?
The Eight of Cups. So it's kind of like a moment of saying, I know what I should do. It's kind of like a moment of saying, it's now set out for me. I see what I need to do, where I need to go.
Don't be afraid to advance yourself, I think this is saying. This is like a progression here in a way, too, this reading, because it's all about you discovering, basically here, oh gosh, I got to look at what it is that you are not, what light do you need to shine? What do you need to show of yourself to achieve the goals and things that you want in life? And right here with the Eight of Cups, it is saying, it's time to really elevate yourself. It's time to believe in yourself that you can progress and show the world, what you're capable of. That you're capable of higher things. You're capable of achieving better things. And it's not a time to hold back.
Spirit wants to lead you towards finding Spirit.
Finding Elfman.
Maybe at that party you're going to. Ooh.
Oh, you going to a party? Well,
that's what the Alpha outfit's about, isn't it?
Well, I think so, maybe, but I thought it was for Halloween or whatever.
That's a party. No?
Whatever. I don't know. Well, at any rate here, this is saying, that there's something happening here, Kara. I think that, this is really wild. I don't know if it relates to that or not. But I almost feel like, if you invite change, if you come out from under the shadows and you show people what you are truly capable of, and that you love and trust yourself, other people are going to recognize that. Maybe other people that you want to attract to yourself. This could be a new beginning here of some type of friendship, relationship, partnership. It could be with the opposite sex, or it could just be like a whole new positive circle of friends.
These things lead to that opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's new, so there's really a sense of it. It's really new for you, and it's going to be exciting as well as something you'll really realize is practical and available.
It's really interesting because I almost think this is what's coming to you. This change and that maybe more people, but you have to really be, be your authentic self, not be afraid to shine your light and, aspire to this. I think it's definitely happening. That's what I think. So be ready.
Let's add Ramandeep, and that'll be our last person.
With reason, yeah. I think you're right.
Within reason.
It's still 8:11, and after Kara, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, Violet Lotus too, of course. All right, we'll leave it at that, Violet. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I didn't put Ostino on the list. I don't know if they want a reading. That's right. I forgot to add Ostino.
They're on the list.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll stop there, Violet. Good thinking. Thank you. And who are we on, Divine You?
Right, and Divine's left a question. I'm leaving for India in 2 weeks. How will my trip turn out to be for the reasons I'm going?
Wow. Happy for you going on your trip. Let's hope it's a good one. Oh, wait.
Yes,
did I use this
have a
deck?
great
Yeah,
trip.
I did. I'll do this one.
Forever how long it's going. Hey, Sunman. Hello. Hello, Sunman. Our good luck kitty. Oh, I need
Hello,
these
Sonny.
back. Hello.
He was cuddling. I took a nap today. Oh, I've been telling Violet my travails. I think I pulled a muscle in my leg, my upper thigh area here, doing something I shouldn't have last maybe Friday at our training session. But guess what, Violet? It is like 99 to 100%. It is, I'm feeling no pain now, so I am pretty happy about that. It took a while to work this one out, and a lot of sleepless nights because I could not get comfortable. All right. Well, we have the Nine of Wands up right here. That's good. That's good, I think. And also the Four of Cups reversed is good too. But then we have the Two of Cups reversed. We'll talk about that. But look at the rest of this. What do you have here?
Clover.
Wow.
And the whip. The whip and the broom.
Broom. Well, wow, Divine.
Fast luck,
I feel like, to me, you seem like a person who is always, well prepared. You plan things out. You've got everything under control. And that's what I feel that Nine of Wands indicates here. You are prepared. You're ready for whatever you face on this trip to India. And it just seems like you're in a good position, to take this trip.
Right. You're in a good position to take the trip. You're really prepared. You may have decided certain things about this, or maybe the idea of going to India was a decision in itself that you really had to carefully decide the parameters around that.
The Four of Cups reversed indicates to me that you're asking how this trip will go. I think that, there may be some opportunities that present themselves on this trip. I don't know if you have anything else in mind just other than visiting people. Like, are you looking for property while you're there? Are you doing something else? There may be some opportunities for you that surface, on this trip. So I want you to keep that in mind.
I agree, and I think I was sort of alluding to that before, that there is really something coming, and I'm just going to tip my hand saying that, there's something like fast luck involved in this trick.
Oh, you're moving ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
That just seems to be too strong to not mention, that maybe there's something that connects you to a really lucky or fateful occurrence decision. You may have to take advantage of it quickly.
Now, I do have to agree with Mr. O that I feel that that is tied into that Four of Cups reverse there. But I want to move on to the last card because the last card is not that happy. Now, the Two of Cups reversed here indicates to me that, you're going to India. I don't know if you're going to see family. Obviously, you're going to see people. There seems to be some conflict brewing. Whether it's between, siblings, whether it's between other members of your family. It seems like there's going to be some little bits of emotional upheaval on this trip, Divine. You can almost expect that to happen.
But I'm almost wondering if, because of the way the cards fall, that this runs into the idea of what a choice or opportunity that quickly happens is that maybe your presence at this time is important enough to merit some changes or challenges that the family or the people involved have to consider, and maybe something lucky really does surface that kind of points the direction or resolves matters in a good way.
I'm going to get to these cards again in a minute, but let me just explain how I read this. I think this card is about, the trip itself, taking it. You are well prepared. You've got everything in order. The trip itself should go very, very smoothly. This card here to me indicates something that's going to happen while you're in India. I feel here that some opportunities are going to surface for you, so if you're looking to do something while you're there, I think that, opportunities are going to present themselves, and it's going to give you some choices that you have to make. And ultimately here, I think this is just something else that is going to happen to you in India, that there is something here relating to your relationships with family or other people that you are meeting on this trip that are going to be a little bit conflictual and disagreeable. I don't think it's enough to spoil your whole trip, though, because you do have the clover here. And the clover here is a lot of good fortune, a lot of good luck, and it's fast happening, It's swift. And so, but I really kind of feel that this is tied into this card right here. So all in all, I think it's going to be pretty darn good for you, Divine. But I think you've mentioned before you may have some issues with some of your family members. So some of that might surface here.
Still, all in all, it seems like maybe either through the conflict or despite it, some opportunity emerges that's lucky and may be beneficial or timely in a certain way.
So good luck with that, Divine.
Good luck, Divine. Got to move on. And now, who are we on?
We're on Mr. M, I believe. Mr. M is up.
That's right. Here's the rest of your cards.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. M. All right. So let's see. I will use the Night Sun Tarot for that. See if over the next 4 weeks anything changes with those finances.
Yeah, I know. We've been hoping. It's been kind of up and down with this. But a lot down, so let's hope things change this time around. Let's see what we get for you, Mr. M. And definitely do get your birthday reading. We'll have to figure that out for you.
Well, it'll either be on that Sunday after your birthday or in the couple of days before your birthday.
I do have a feeling that reading made its way upstairs. I had a printout, so I'll have to look. I think it is up there.
All right. Well, reverse Ten of Cups. Reverse Two of Swords. Darn, we get that one a lot. The upright Nine of Wands.
Well, you're not going to like this combination. Normally, I
There's
like the clover. I do. It's good luck, and it should be. But
Oh.
we have the coffin, and it's because of the way the cards are laying. This is just not the luckiest time for you as far as, your finances go. There's an end to good fortune and luck. Fate doesn't seem to be on your side right now. And I want to say that maybe because truly the clover, or I mean the clover is such a positive card that to me, I can't believe this is anything long term. This is probably speaking about this 4-week period in particular. So I don't think you have to feel all is lost forever, but if you're hoping for some major changes in this 4 weeks on a positive level, it may or may not happen. You're going to have to do a lot of work to get there according to what I see here. Do you want to go ahead? I know what I want to say there, but I'll let you go ahead.
Well, it seems like despite what we may have mentioned before, I thought we sort of acted like some things had shifted last time to maybe some good news in certain respects. But now it may have shifted the other way again. And it seems to be finding that you're not content or you're not feeling joy about what you perceive is happening or through this time. You're just going to sort of feel like it's not really, giving you fireworks, to coin a phrase. Some of this could be attached with the idea that somehow there is movement, but it's just not moving in the right direction for you. It may pertain to the finances, the work situation, but it seems like maybe there's a movement or a choice that's leading to this unhappiness. And it's not about, well, it's hard to say what that's unhappiness about. I don't see a clear sign that it's about your work, for example. It may be actual emotional matters. So that finally takes us, though, to the Nine of Wands, which seems to be the best card up there because it does sort of show you still sort of ready to dig in a little bit and say, I'm going to weather this. I'm going to just hold out for it. Because, of course, we did put this in the frame of 4 weeks.
Well, Mr. Sometimes when we're really down about things, it's hard to make the moves or decisions that we need to make, And I feel here, this is a period right now that's been very, very disappointing for you where your finances have been concerned. It just seems like it's a never-ending story. You need this narrative to change, but it's really hard to get there. And it's maybe because you're just going to have to make some hard moves, some hard decisions. Maybe you already know what they are and you've been putting them off in the hopes that things will improve. But I have a feeling they're not necessarily going to improve unless you get to that point. And with this card here, the what is that again?
It's the Nine of Wands upright.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How could I forget this? Because I wanted to say with the Nine of Wands upright here, you're going to have to roll up your sleeves. You're going to have to get to work on fixing what is wrong here with your finances yourself. And that means this decision that needs to be made here. And it's tough. You feel like you've already weathered a lot, but your experiences should be leaving you with some knowledge, some kernel of what you really need to do to shake this up and get out of the cycle. And until something comes to an end, I feel here, until you're able to do what you need to do here to make that move, to make that decision, instead of staying here, your luck is not going to change.
Symbolically, a part of me wants to look at this and say that, of course, in every ending, there is a beginning. When something dies, something new may be born out of that. And so I think it's possible. The roots coming out kind of remind me of the Nine of Wands and that sort of sense of a steadfast period. I like what you said, Banshee, too, about tying those two together there, too, because I guess I was maybe sugarcoating that, Mr. M, that maybe this is about, taking a harder look at a decision to make. And so maybe this is saying there are things you can get rid of, cut out of your life the swords mentality. Maybe there are things that just need to be kind of jettisoned from your life that are things that somehow impede the financial flow. If they're not just things you could sell to make money, maybe it's something else. I don't know.
Well,
but I agree.
Okay, Mr. O is right about this card being a positive card when he said that. Upright, it is a more positive card, but it's positive in the sense that you are capable of turning this around. You're capable of making this happen, but it's not going to be easy street. That's all. It's going to take some work. It's going to maybe take some thinking, and it's going to maybe take you making a move or decision, like I said, that maybe you really didn't want to have to make. But now it's crunch time. And in order to change your luck, to change things around, you're going to have to do that.
My final caveat is when I look again at that 10 of Cups reversed, I realize that maybe you're not the kind of person that necessarily has to have total emotional happiness. That's why I think I was confused, because I think it's not like saying you don't have an emotional thing about you, you don't have people you care for in your life, but that doesn't become the exact zenith or center of your life, that you know how you can live with disappointments.
So do you want to add Libra?
Sure. That's it, though.
That's it, though, he said. Even if it's Victoria, no other readings. That's it. So we'll add Libra.
But now the list is closed.
Now the list is really closed, he said. Really, really closed. So, all right, we're on the Dazzling Empress.
How dare you, Violet?
You're welcome, Mr. M. I hope
You're
that
welcome.
resonated, that you realize something has to shake things up. And good luck with that. Oh, boy. I wish I had better news.
Yeah, I do too. But thank you for
Did we get
enjoying
a
my
question
silliness.
from Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay, so that's your deck.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back to you. Okay.
Could that be your 3 card way?
No.
Oh, and we're just going to remind everybody again that the happy hour this week is actually going to be at 4 p.m. because my shift is earlier. I'm working the morning. So we'll be here for happy hour at 4 p.m. this Saturday. Don't forget.
Mr. O was very nice to change his schedule for his coworker.
Oh, you don't have to keep mentioning that.
No, I think it's nice.
Shucks. Ready?
So, Dazzling E, are you and Drew having some issues right now? Or maybe you aren't together? The first card is
Potential
the
to be
5
together.
of Swords upright.
Oh,
That's why I ask.
I see. 5 of Swords upright.
And then, guess who's come back again upright? The Queen of Pentacles. And I know this looks like the Sun card, but it is the Strength card reversed.
You're welcome, Libra.
It's the Strength card reversed.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Libra.
Okay, all right.
All right, so then you get the fish in Lenormand and the moon.
Whoa. I don't know here. I want to be optimistic, but there's not a ton to be optimistic about in this reading, Dazzling Empress. Because the 5 of Swords is like a card that's a no-win situation. Now, does this mean that if you got together, you'd be fighting all the time or there'd be disagreements? Or does this mean that this is a no-win situation that it's not likely to amount to anything. And with the strength card reversed here, again, what led me to wonder about the arguments that maybe there would be a lot of conflict is because strength reversed is also about being assertive or aggressive. There's an aggressiveness about that card. And when I got to throw that in with the 5 here, I don't like the feel of it. And the Queen of Pentacles stands in the middle here is like, again, you have to do what's really best for you and for your well-being. And it might not be this relationship. I don't want to do these yet. There's something
the Queen
there.
of Pentacles reminds us maybe that you do, in a sense, gravitate towards that Capricorn energy, but maybe you don't want to necessarily not have your sense of being in control here, because that's that Queen of Pentacles. And those other 2 cards are challenging, and I don't think that they're necessarily saying this is what they're like, that they're going to be that 5 of Swords, strength reverse kind of guy, but it could be saying that these situations may be around you that will test who's in control or who is heavy-handed about certain things. So it may not be the kind of thing where there's a total sense of a mutual respect here.
Do you like this deck, Ostino? It's a relatively new one for me. I really like it a lot. It's called the Radiant Wilds Tarot. I stopped before the Lenormand for Raising Dazzling Empress because I almost feel like this is saying, seek love somewhere else. That, this fish means there's plenty other fish in the sea, so to speak. And I really feel that your destiny with love and romance lies out here. I just felt that when I pulled those cards.
Symbolically, that's very good there. I think from the real point of the Lenormand, it may not be exactly like that, but I like this idea here because I feel that there's flow involved here, but there's also flow there. The moon ebbs and wanes throughout, and this could also be saying too that the emotionality of your situation will too, and that you will realize maybe that this person is just not as compatible as you would like them to be.
Well, you know what? I'm not saying that you shouldn't try, but the point is, if you're really not in contact and you're not, it's not moving anywhere, these cards just might be indicating too that unless you become more assertive in this, it may be a no-win situation. It may just not get off the ground. I think that's possible here too. And ultimately, you seem to be a very caring, mature individual. I think here, though, that, like I said, the way these cards are leaning is your real success in love might lie somewhere else.
True that, but maybe too because of what we're saying here about the assertiveness and finding out is that maybe you're just not going to know unless you do challenge that. And so you have to decide how you want to make that approach because it is a no contact situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is what came up today. So I think it's saying there's some issues here, that either need to be resolved.
Sure,
and
Libra.
like you said, if you're not arguing, that's not to say what it could be saying is as you get to know each other, you may notice you have a lot of differences, and so it might not be a win situation that way, and your success lies elsewhere. Or, like I said, it could just mean if you're not more assertive, this is not going to get off the ground. So give it a shot, but your success may lie elsewhere. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck,
Either way.
Leslie.
And Christina's up. Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
I believe so. Unless I got the wrist list wrong. Nope, it is Christine.
All right.
Well, it happens, Dazzling. You're not the only one. I was young once, and I have to say I faced a similar thing and wondered why. But I ended up
You're welcome.
okay in the end.
And this month is the anniversary month of our meeting. We met this month, June 1976.
That's right. It wasn't our first date month, but it's when we first caught eyes of each other at work.
Who is that incredible library assistant?
And who is that mysterious long-haired guy lurking in the shadows there?
I don't know, man. It was pretty groovy.
Okay, would be about career. Well, I hear about a new job opportunity this summer. All right. Let's throw 3 on that and see what it looks like.
Yes, Ostino, I had long hair once upon a time. It wasn't really wavy like yours.
It was straight.
You have great hair. I wish I could have hair like that. All right, Christine.
All right. Wow. I hope you get something. Let's see. What is that? Oh, no.
10 of Swords.
The 10 of Swords.
It's upright.
Well, but that might be, it's upright, correct?
That's true.
Okay.
Okay. So then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. And then another king. No, I'm sorry. It's the Page of Wands reversed.
Ah,
These
I
are
can't believe
odds.
you got that when I got this.
Maybe I wasn't focusing. I don't know. You got the fox. The foxy fox on the run. And the rider. Don't hurt the fox.
All right, well, let's take a look at this here. 10 of Swords upright, though. You know, I feel like that's almost saying that the worst should be behind you now. Of course, I'm seeing all these other cards that's making me wonder, but this is saying that, you know, finally, maybe things are going to start to shift and change. And then we had, what was that again?
There's a reversed Page of Wands and a reversed King of Pentacles.
That's it. And so I think, you know, it's going to take some time for you to really pull things together for yourself, you know. Do your best to organize a good search strategy, you know, to be looking for the jobs that you qualify for. Do your research well. You know, this is showing a little bit of scatteredness here. And so you're going to have to try to pull things together better and not allow setbacks or bad news deter you from continuing to pursue something.
Well, I think some of this too is how you're waiting on those opportunities to come to you, and that it may be that they're not going to come like you expect them to, so you may have to really figure out how to keep pressing forward with that. And that says that's a management thing to me in a sense too, that you have to try harder maybe to stay in the cycle of looking or trying to manage that aspect, you know, looking for jobs, being prepared for jobs, updating resumes, things like that. I'm curious about what you said there with your move into the apartment maybe being symbolized by the 10 of Swords. I guess it's saying that maybe, you know, quitting one thing that was maybe not working out for you has given you this better opportunity that you could spring from.
I could see that. You know, the writer's about movement too, but I feel this is the key here. It may take you a while this summer. You're going to be working hard at this. And you really, now that you're moved, maybe you're going to be able to try to get yourself together and focus more on this now, Christine. And, you know, like I said, don't let little setbacks, which are going to happen. I think you're going to encounter more setbacks before things start to gel. But I feel like something's going to shift and change here. You've got the writer, which is news about work and a job opportunity. I feel like this is saying you will be moving into a new job at some point. But I have a feeling, you know, it may not even happen in July. I hope the best for you, but it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a, you're going to have to encounter a few setbacks first. And like I said, you really have to put your focus there. Maybe the more you can put your focus there, you'll be able to move this along, because I do feel something is coming.
Right, and my sense overall too is that it's probably not coming in July, but maybe beyond that looks a little better. I can't quite see it in July though. just maybe the opportunities that you can try to focus on, but I don't see anything really concrete, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it might be before fall sets in. So sometime in August. I hate to think you have to wait till early September, but that's a possibility. So, but keep at it. You know, I think the most important thing, and even with the writer, because the writer is about messaging too. I think, you know, the cards are saying here, keep getting those resumes out there. Keep pursuing it. Don't let setbacks stop you, you know? Keep at it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jano, but we've closed the list.
Yep. All right, that's what we have for you, Christine. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Christine.
And Cheery is up. Did Cheery leave a question? Oh, you were just stopping by. Okay.
That's fine.
Hey, you're welcome, Christine. Good luck. And good luck, you know, now that you're in your new place, too. Wishing you well in your apartment.
Good luck, Christine. And good luck, Libra, too. You mentioned that, too. Everybody's moving. So Cheery asks for guidance on manifestation and what else can I do? Okay. I'm going to grab this deck.
I think I used my deck because I pulled these. I pulled the Fox and the Rider.
What deck did I use? The Mermaids. Okay. You want to let me use the deck again?
Nope.
No?
It's not your turn.
You're welcome, Christine. And ignore Nightbot because we have closed the list. Nightbot wants to be helpful, but is not.
I see. Are you grabbing the Lenormand?
No, I'm reaching for them.
Okay. Unplugged Snipebot.
I wish I could do it easily. I would.
Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Uh-oh. Here's, didn't we just have this in the other reading and now in this deck? Do you see how this is happening for people today? This is very interesting.
King of Pentacles.
King of Pentacles reversed and the Wheel of Fortune
Fire.
reversed. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
But in Lenormand, we got the key.
And what's the key?
I don't know, but it's also got
May
the
I
whip.
see it? What number is it?
33.
No, the card you didn't know what it was.
Oh, I know what that one is.
Oh, you didn't tell me. I asked you what it was. The
I thought you were
broom.
asking me what the key was.
No, I know what the key is. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to turn off your mic. That means I
That
turn
would
off
be your
my
mic too. All right.
But I can do it.
Boy, oh boy, manifest, manifest. This is a struggle. You have to really focus more on it. You have to be in command. You know, I feel here of the forces of manifestation. You have to put your will into it. You have to be determined. That I'm getting from the King of Pentacles reversed here, you know. I sense there's just not enough control, you know, in what you're trying to do or accomplish. And the Six of Pentacles here may be indicating that to me as well. You know, there may be more that you're allowing to drain you of, you know, your will or your determination. You know, you have to find a balance of energies here. And I think it's hard to do when you feel that everything is working against you right now, you know? It almost feels like you feel like the timing is off, something's not right, the universe is not cooperating. But you know what? You could do a lot to shift that mindset. You have to change what you can, you know, and work on yourself during times when things seem to be working against you. You know, you have to draw more deeply from within. I think that's really what it's saying here.
So, Cherry, I think you
It's a
really,
tough one.
you really do feel within yourself. Maybe it's not profound, but it's nearly a profound sense that something is out of whack for you. That maybe that things you're dealing with in your emotional or other areas of life are so heavy for you right now that you're not able to put your attention on manifestation. Or it could be other things too. It just could be that there's really a sense that things are not matching up for you. Maybe you have the worst astrology ever. There are people like that who just everything is going against them because of something else that is external. I don't always believe that we cause our own problems, but a lot of times I feel that our attitude can shape that. So what I do feel though is that things really are hard for you to manage, and that if you had any way of charting some small sense of management or success, this would create more confidence for yourself. You are dealing with these senses of cycles badly turning, and maybe the flow never gets equal again. It starts to get equal, but then it just changes and it doesn't. You just feel like you're really at the whim of other forces. So what you have to do is you have to try to focus on the smallest and easiest goals or things you can do that can be successful.
I like that. And I like the fact, too, that, when I think about it here, this is about how you manage, your abilities to achieve and manifest what you desire during turbulent times. It's kind of similar to what he said here. And, if you allow things to get out of balance, strive for balance, strive to keeping everything in order, and strive to also, maintain control over, your emotions or even your material stuff. Don't let the world overwhelm you. You can regain this control. And I feel here, too, the key. When I look at the key and the broom, I wonder here if it's not saying the key is to avoid procrastinating. The key is to avoid procrastinating and to move forward despite the odds you face. Despite the odds you face, you need to try to keep moving.
That's a really good way of looking at that. I like that, Banshee, because I think, it could be easy to interpret it maybe a little differently from that. But when you put it in context with the above cards, a lot of this is really about your attitude. And although I want to stress the fact that sometimes externals can be overwhelming and that it's not always easy to pick ourselves up. In this case, I think this is saying you do have to focus that way, like what you just said, that you're really trying to get rid of what makes you lose hope.
Well, you're asking about how you could balance your emotions. That might be in the key here. The broom can also be about sweeping things away. And so the key might be to sweep away, some of the emotional baggage that might be, bringing you down, that might be making you feel like you cannot be in control, that you are going to never be able to manifest because you don't have control over things. This is about leadership, and this is about self-leadership. And so I think the best way to do this is to make sure that, your emotions don't rule you, that you lead yourself to better times. You lead yourself to managing. And I don't even know if it's emotions per se here. We've got a lot of pentacle energy here. So I wonder if it's material things in your life, too. Whatever the case may be, you have to sweep the things in your life that are stopping you from believing that you can, that you can't manifest what you desire.
Some of this is about what triggers your emotions from a sense of security, because I get the feeling like you need to succeed because you need to be secure. And so that really is where your focus is you have to remember that it's all about feeling secure. You can have any emotional state you want, but you have to feel safe and secure. You have to feel like you can move forward.
And you know what I would add to this, Cheery, is that, don't allow, when things go wrong, the whims of fate, the wheel is on the downside. Don't allow those to rattle you so much. In other words, just realize it's a phase you're going through and that you don't have to allow it to have power over you. Because you can get stuck on that wheel's downside if you allow it to overwhelm you. So just realize that the wheel is always turning. Your fate is always changing. It is not locked. And maybe that's the key right there.
All right.
Good luck with that. Yeah, it's okay, Cheery. I think that was a little clarification. Sometimes the cards don't give us a lot to go on, and so we may have to ask again sometime, or maybe if you think of another way to approach the question, we can look at this again. So good luck with that. And we're
You're
on
welcome,
Beatrice.
And Beatrice, if you're here, you can go ahead and give us your question. I will decide what deck I'm going to use. And while we're waiting for Beatrice, I'll remind everybody that we are on again this Sunday, and that will be from 2 to 4 p.m. Somewhere in between that, you can watch our happy hour, as I mentioned, which will be at 4 p.m. And you can also check out Banshee's Material Matters, which is at 10 a.m. Sunday morning, and join us in the chat room if you wish, while we sip coffee and talk about the reading.
We had 2 birthday readings today, and it kind of set us back a little bit, so we're sorry for people who have been waiting. Hopefully Beatrice is still here. I don't think they left a question.
Yeah, we'll give them one more moment, and I'll see what else I can talk about here. Oh, yes, my Friday morning show. Once again, I'll just plug for that. It's on 7 a.m. or whenever you go there, and it's a brief reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac, followed up with a affirmation to kind of help you get through your week of emotional resonance and whatnot. There you are. Hi, Beatrice.
Ah. All right. Well, let's see what we've got. At least we know there's communication. That's always a positive. So let's take a look. Also, what Mr. O didn't bring up is we did a couple of unboxing videos lately. If you're interested in tarot, we unboxed my Yuletide Tarot, which is a winter season, Yule season deck. And we also unboxed Mr. O's Tarot of the Vampires.
And so the former one, the Yuletide Tarot, was released today. It's on our channel. And I should be able to get the other one out tomorrow, the Tarot of the Vampires.
That will be coming out shortly. I'm sorry I forgot that.
All right, Beatrice. Here we go.
So check out the one video is up already.
You want to know how your ex feels about you and stuff like that. All right. So your first card is the Three of Pentacles. And it's upright.
Okay.
And then it's followed by the reversed Eight of Pentacles. Yes, I like the back of these cards. And then it's the World reversed, and that's the back of them. Love is love.
Wow, what an interesting combination of cards here. They're not very romantic, but let me throw these out at you too, Mr. O.
Okay, so there's the gentleman from Lenormand. And there's the key. Okay.
Well, this is pretty interesting here. I think some work still needs to be done. It's an ex-boyfriend after all, so that means, that the relationship came apart for whatever reasons, and maybe some work. I think this is the key here, the Eight of Pentacles. Some work needs to still be done, but it does seem like there's a more congenial atmosphere now, that maybe there's a willingness to put in some effort to reestablishing this relationship. But of course, then we have the world reversed here, which indicates, it's a work in progress still. I think this is saying basically, though, that there is some hope here. But you know what? The key and the man, I'm just going through the whole thing because it's quick. The key and the man. I almost think that, what this is saying to me is that a lot is going to depend on your partner's willingness to want to, also, you right now said you're still really hung up or interested. So I think it's going to be about this person's willingness to continue to work this out.
Well, you say they're an Aries, and I get that, being in a relationship with an Aries. And so what I'm feeling from this card is that everything we said here, this idea that, you kind of feel you have to have each other's backs or understand how you complement each other. But the world reverse may be indicating that they feel like, they love you too, they're into you too, but maybe they just don't feel like you bring the absolute zenith of perfection, or maybe they're still questioning themselves about that. Maybe they're questioning whether they bring that zenith of perfection to you, because that seems to be more of an Aries thing. So maybe there's a doubt on whether or not they feel they could totally bring that perfection there, or whether, you bring your half of that equation into view.
Wow, so yeah, exactly. I sort of went full relationship-wise on this, but I do feel, if we're talking about how the Aries feels, they definitely are interested in maybe trying to work things out. They seem a little bit more receptive now, but, it's not going to be easy. I feel maybe they wonder about that, and, if it's going to lead to success or not. And I really think the key is how they work through all of this, and how much they are willing to do on their end to, make this happen.
So, and you didn't
I
mention
think it's
your sign,
positive,
or
though.
I don't remember if you mentioned what your sign was, but maybe the idea is that they have to come to terms with the idea that maybe some of their expectations for, total purity are not necessarily realistic. And so the key may be in their hands, that they have to kind of have those breakthroughs or that grok moment where they understand things.
I'm very, I guess, even though there are some reversals here, because number one,
Yes, you are.
the reversal is not necessarily the end of the world with the world card. That's just saying it's still a work in progress. Maybe it's still to be determined where this is going to go. And maybe it's still to be determined exactly how he feels, about this relationship and pursuing it. But with that Three of Pentacles upright here, I really feel like there is some receptivity here. There's definitely a willingness to want to work things out possibly, or make things better. So I wish you good luck with that. I hope it does work out.
Good luck, Beatrice. And we will move on then to Ostino.
Is it Ostino?
It is.
I thought it was Sherry. Oh, it's Ostino first. Okay. Yeah, it is. I had Ostino first. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. Well, since you like the look of that deck, I will use this one. Focus a question on spirit. Asking spirit if any tools of the past could help the highest good. Okay. Next M, is that next month?
Yes.
Okay. I just got my pill reminder.
I see. Okay.
It's okay.
Some of that just seems like situations they have to mostly resolve themselves, you know. Do they have to have total perfection, or is the relationship about learning and growing together and figuring it out together? And maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm not characterizing it the way you would. But there you go again, Violet.
5 of Pentacles reversed. That's an interesting card here. Ooh, and look at this, Ostino. You got the Magician upright.
Ostino.
And this came up in, God, the 6 of Pentacles is now upright. Isn't this crazy?
Wow.
I've been seeing this pattern all through our show today.
So you have the letter in Lenormand. And then you have the birds.
This is really all about finding your tribe, finding your community, or connecting with others. I kind of feel this here because of maybe the birds in the letter, but also because of that first card, the 5 of Pentacles. You know, instead of being on the outside looking in, this is a time where you can engage in community once more, you know, but it's about finding the right people, the people you feel comfortable with. So I know you were speaking about music and, what was that again? Oh gosh, this darn computer makes me crazy. There it is. Any tools of the past could help you. Okay, with music, dance, and emotion. I think it's connecting with the right people. And maybe this is saying, Ostino, that is there some people from your past that you really need to reconnect with? You know, I wonder. The Magician is saying here, too, it's really interesting to me because you're asking about tools of the past. The Magician is saying here, use the tools you have now. You know, it's almost saying like you really do have everything you need, except maybe you need the will, the motivation, and the drive to carry this forward. I'm going to stop there, but I want to, what's that card again? I forgot.
The 6 of Pentacles.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
I think, Ostino, that where the tools of the past come in is maybe with that 6 of Pentacles, because that's about saying where you understood the flow between you and someone you worked with, or someone who you could flow with, who you could each engage and take from each other. That's that kind of person you need to find, where you were each able to fuel each other, to be each other's magician, or add your energies to that. And so this could be a person that maybe you're estranged from now for some reason, but maybe this is a way of saying whoever that person was, you may be able to find your way back to each other, even if it's a different kind of relationship, even if it's somebody that you know through some other situation. You don't know them, you know them online only, or something like that. So I feel like that's saying find where you know you flow and where you know that other person flows back with you. Find the compatibility.
Well, the 6 of Pentacles is about balance, remember, in its own
Yes.
way. Give and take, you know? So this is like also maybe, you know, reminding you that, you know, there are times where you really put out, and there are times where you need to hold back a little bit too, or be more open to receiving from others. So, you know, it's all about ebb and flow in life and balance, the law of attraction. And I feel that flows really well with the Magician card here, because you want to attract flow here. And I think it's going to come through working with others, because the birds and the letter are here, and aren't they really all about communication The birds can be about connectivity, internet talking, dialogue with others, or maybe creating music or, dance with others. This is about, something in writing, but not necessarily. So I could see it as being online communication. I could see this about accepting or sending out invitations to others. In other words, inviting this energy. Spirit is saying that you want to attract into your life. Invite it. This is a time to open up lines of communication. Maybe even if this isn't about people per se, maybe this is also about the right muses that you connect with, and opening that gate to the right kind of energies that you want to attract to pursue, your artistic ambitions.
Right. I like that because I think what it does, Ostino, is that it puts that sort of gravity on yourself in a sense that you need to find the way to do that. And now it makes me understand the relationship of that reversed Five of Pentacles, because you were talking about, what tools you can get from your past relationships or situations. And I think this is saying now this will be that time they'll come back to you, that these were things that maybe you weren't seeing or you weren't able to see for some reason, but that blockage is going to clear, probably because you're understanding the ebbs and flows and how you can receive those things from others and let them be your muse, let them teach you the dance,
So
I know we're very abstract here, right?
So whether this is real people, whether this is a virtual environment of people, whether this is you connecting with the right spirit energy, in order to achieve and accomplish, your music, your artistic goals, open the lines of communication here. And it should flow. I think the flow is there when I see the Six of Pentacles upright. So
I still feel like somebody that from your past maybe is somebody you're going to resonate to, and you're going to find out, reconnecting will really reestablish some things that will be helpful.
Not going to rule that out either. Good luck with that, Ostino.
Good luck.
All right, I need my cards. Let's roll. We've got a few more readings here. We are on Sherry. Sherry, are you still with us? I hope so.
I thought we gave Sherry their reading.
Sherry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. Sorry.
It's all right.
And did Sherry write their question down?
I don't recall. They may have.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. We will see you shortly, I think.
My sweet tooth.
What's coming towards Sherry that you don't see coming?
Oh, what a good question.
Are you on this?
Yes.
All right, so I will use...
So we want to use my reading for that, maybe?
Okay.
So we're going to do what's coming towards you that you don't see coming, why is it important, and where is this heading? We're going to try that. All right,
that was nice. That was pretty cool.
Take care.
It's
Say
very
hi to
cosmic.
everybody.
We will probably see you very soon. You never know. Try to keep me away.
Thank you, Sonny. You want to help me do Sherry's reading here?
All right. Okay, Sherry. I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot. It might be exactly what we need to see what's coming towards you that you need to know, that you don't see coming. All right.
Well, I hope it's good stuff.
So, of course, it's Major Arcana 6, the Lovers. And it's the Deviant Moon's Lovers, so it does look a little deviant there. And then it's followed by the King of Cups, but it's reversed.
Oh, okay.
And then the King of Wands.
Upright?
Upright.
Holy moly.
So I'm almost wondering if maybe, is that the tree?
That's the clouds.
That's the clouds, isn't it? And that's the lilies? The mountain.
Oh, it's the mountain. Correct.
It's the mountain.
Yep.
Because it's in the background.
Yep.
So
That's number 21.
here's what I think you don't see as coming is that there may be some change in the emotional landscape or geography around you. I don't know if you're in a relationship and what the status of that relationship is, but there may be something coming, or even if it's a more casual relationship, there may be something that is challenging that or is making you look at it differently. You may be feeling, in fact, and I'm getting this from the combination of the Lovers and the reverse King of Cups, that you feel uncertain or emotionally disturbed about a choice or a decision or path you have to make in the relationship. Maybe you've reached a certain point where something has to change or something has to be decided, and maybe you're feeling emotionally insecure about that. But that King of Wands, to me, seems to indicate that you just need to mostly channel into your bravery about this, and also your ability to understand and relate to people, to be charismatic and draw people out a little bit so that you can kind of figure them out a little bit too. You need to kind of work your empathy.
Well, this is a tough read. I could go a couple of ways here. So what is coming
Okay.
towards you?
They're single.
We were doing my reading, right? What is coming towards you? Why?
You should have reminded me earlier. I'm sorry.
Couldn't get a word in. And I was busy thinking of
Okay.
how I wanted to do this.
I
Well,
screwed up, Sherry. I'm sorry.
not necessarily. I think he saw what he saw for a reason. What is coming towards you could be a choice and a decision and a relationship or love. This is highly possible here, but it also indicates there's a major choice or decision that may be coming towards you. And the Lovers is saying, it's upright. It is saying here, that you will probably be okay. You'll make the decision that is for your highest and greatest good, I feel. But it's not necessarily going to be easy. Why is this important? Because, emotionally, this might kind of affect you on an emotional level, whether it's a relationship or it's something else in your life. This might make you may have an issue here in allowing your emotions to get the best of you when you really need to think more clearly and practically as to what is really right for you, regardless of what your emotions are trying to tell you.
So if you're not in a relationship and you're not thinking you're going to be in a relationship, this could be the thing that's coming to you is just basically about something you really like, or maybe a couple things you really like, but one of them is clearly better for you. And so it's a choice, like Banshee said. The second card, why it's important, what I said before was that there was something that made you feel insecure or emotionally overwhelmed. So maybe it is the idea of having to make this choice, maybe about something that's not a relationship, but about something that chooses the difference between things you like, paths you could follow, really does make you feel, or will be making you feel, insecure. Where does it lead to? I was more inclined to say that this says you're needing to find your inner bravery or your ability to kind of bring things to a point where everybody understands each other's motivations and can work together. The king is sort of trying to corral or work with that energy to bring, a good solution there. It's not conquering so much as just saying we're establishing something.
Excuse me. This reading has not been cooperating with me because I didn't read it quite right either. But I feel here that there's definitely a choice and decision that's going to be made. And you really need to think of your higher, greater good here, regardless of what your emotions are trying to tell you. That's why this is important. Your emotions may want you to go in one direction, but, it's really in your best interest to possibly go in a different direction. And I think ultimately that's what you're going to decide to do. However, this is clearly, it's not easy for us to read it. And it's not easy for you to do it, I feel. You've got the mountains here that indicates that, you feel like this is a real obstacle for you, or you're trying to find a way to navigate this, but it's hard. It's a struggle for you to make this decision. And I think it's maybe because it's really tugging on your emotions in some way. You asked what you haven't, what's coming towards you that you don't see. And I think that's what it is. And the clouds here are saying, you're allowing, if you allow your emotions to get the best of you, it's going to make this decision even harder.
So really...
Be courageous. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Be courageous and make the move that you know you have to make, even though your heart is telling you otherwise.
Facing the mountain means also facing the idea of, this thing that maybe is depressing or confusing, but you'll only get unconfused or only find your way through the struggles by basically trying to channel your bravery. This is a decision you have to make. I almost wonder if it has something to do with somebody else you do have care for, like a parent or a child or somebody who maybe you have to look out for them for some reason.
Well, it could be, but it could be about anything. And that's just it.
True.
You had said, well, what is coming towards me that I don't see? I can't get very concrete because, we do have one card of emotions here. We have one card that relates more to career. And so it's really hard for me to say what this decision is exactly about.
Okay.
And it's possible you yourself right now don't know either.
I may have sensed that, but it just sort of feels that way because it's not really a romantic question like the Lovers could be for some people. The Lovers really does talk about decisions between things that may have equal value, but somewhere along the way you realize one really is better for you, one really is not. But they may mean the same thing to you or similar things.
Well, you waited so long. I hope this made some sense to you. And, if not, I would just say keep your eyes open because I think an important turning point or decision is coming. And, that's what you don't see right now, but it is.
Yeah. So
good luck with that.
And we'd love to hear from you again. So
Yeah.
come back and let us know or ask more questions if you need.
And Ramen Deep is up, and then we've got Libra and Violet.
And Ramen Deep asked their question. I wonder if it's replayed here. There it is.
How will my life be once I move in with Matthew's mother? Oh, wow. They're moving in with Matthew and her in a couple of weeks, I think it is. Okay.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, so
All
that's
right,
going to be
Ramen
your
Deep.
deck. So we are now at the bottom of the list. It's Ramen Deep, Libra, and Violet.
Well, considering we still have one other birthday reading to do this month that we know of, it's good we got them both done tonight. The other two, so I'm glad of that.
Once Anthony said after...
I forgot he was around this time, too.
I knew he was a Cancer, but I forgot it was now. After Tidal Wave, that I knew we're going to have to do both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Well, we got the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the King of Wands reversed. Come on. Oh, no. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed.
I know it's not Tarot's Tower.
It's the Tower and a woman.
And a woman, which could be Ramen Deep. I don't know.
It could be the mother, too.
So I almost feel like with that Ace of Swords reversed that there's a delay or there are some real-time realistic problems that maybe are about how people can get along with each other. You know, swords in bad positions, whether reversed or upright, talk about stress in our lives, stressors in our lives, conflicts. So
Communication issues.
This could be saying that there are, at the very least, some communication issues, or there are some things that will delay the full implementation of the living together, the comfortability factor.
Yeah, I feel here, deep, that, everybody should try to take their time. This is going to invoke some changes in the household, and of course there could be some stress associated with that. So it seems like it might get off to kind of a stressful start. Let's just start there. And then we had...
Is that the King of Swords?
No, I think it's the King of Wands reversed. Sire of
You're
Wands.
right.
And so I think with the King of Wands reversed, this might affect Matthew more than you, perhaps. He might be feeling some stress or some tension brought on perhaps by this new situation. I mean, some people are happy and they may have a good relationship with their family, with their mother, but the bottom line is that, it could cause some stresses.
I just think of what my mom said to me when Banshee and I got married, because at the time we were going to be ending up very close to my mother-in-law, her mom, and I was just asking my mom for advice, and she said, "Oh, honey, you don't want to live near either of your mothers-in-law."
Well, they both were interesting in their own ways, your mom and my mom, for sure. But what I would say, do you want to add anything to that? The king
I wonder if one of the three of you, Matthew, his mom, or you, are a fire sign, or have some fiery things about you, planets about you. And I think this could be saying, too, that for the King of Wands, whoever that personality is, they may not like being in charge. And if the dynamic is 2-3 people where you may have differences between all three of you, this may leave somebody, whether it's Matthew or whether it's you, Ramandeep, not feeling like you're in charge enough to really make you feel comfortable.
And then we have the wheel here. Now, I understand what Ms. Duro said, there might be delays or some issues with this move, but I also feel that with the wheel, it could indicate that this is going to be a little bit of a turbulent time. I really think everybody needs to be patient with one another and understand that, it can work, but we all have to get used to what everybody expects, what people's expectations are in this new living, arrangement. I worry here, Ramandeep, that this could make you feel isolated. You might feel like, with Matthew and his mother together, that you feel like you're being left out in some way here. Or I also wonder, too, since you're asking specifically about the mother and how it's going to work moving in, if that mother is going to try to dominate things a little bit here,
Right. This tower isn't exactly the same as Tarot's tower, but I get the feeling like there's a sense of a boundary here, an institution, and that this could be suggesting that you're looking at your mom, or you're able to see your mom, or that this is that reality, that she is kind of a veritable fortress of her own, that she has more of the control in the situation. And of course, you are moving into her home already. So those are factors you really need to consider there, because ultimately at the end of the day, it may be easier for her to ask you to leave rather than to ask both of you to leave.
Look, it's not going to be easy. It might not be off to the best of starts, but this may only be a temporary situation, Ramandeep, because the wheel always turns. So remember that. Just try to ride this out. Try to understand that you'll all have to get used to the new arrangement. So give it some time. And I wish you luck with that. Good luck with that. And we're on Libra.
Alrighty.
And Libra asked, will they have any luck finding a job? With the new move recently, she's now strapped financially, and the stress of it's taking a toll. Oh boy! All right.
Okay, well we gotta work on that. So I'm gonna use my Nefertari tarot.
Well, at least now that you're moved in, Libra, you can focus on the work of finding a job better. So hopefully something will come of that. Let's take a look. And Violet, I hope you are feeling better today. I know you weren't feeling that well yesterday. My back is better. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much better. It's like it never happened. All right.
So we have the Emperor reversed. We have the Seven of Swords upright.
The Seven of what swords?
Swords upright. And then we have the Moon upright.
Oh boy. The Heart.
The Heart. And the Scythe.
Oy, sheesh manige, Libra. I'm not sure I see a job here right now. I'm not sure. What is the card on the end again?
The Moon.
Yeah, the Moon. It just seems like this is a period of some real uncertainty and a little bit of turbulence for you here. You know, I feel here that you may have a hard time, you know, trying to get your message across to the people who need to really see your talents and abilities, you know. So what is that again?
Emperor
Yes.
reversed.
Yeah, see, I feel here that you feel like you just have not been in a place to really focus on this enough. And also maybe you're feeling as if your job searching has been in disarray right now. Or the fact that others are not seeing what you have to offer. I feel here you're going to have to dig deep and figure out what is wrong, what you need, what your next moves need to be. And one thing you truly need to do, though, is to... This is a tough one. I want to go one way here, and I'm not really sure it's the right way, but I'm just going to say it. You need to truly pull your emotions out of this. You know, you need to cut back on things that are making you feel emotionally out of control right now. You have to try to find some balance. You have to try to be able to go within and dig deep to figure out what it is you need to do to make some headroad here.
You know, I'm looking at these cards and, you know, they have this, like, darkish quality, you know, the Seven of Swords and the Moon and the Emperor reversed. And I'm wondering, is there any possibility that something could happen that would not be a financial reimbursement, but might be some sort of sense of a bartering? So an example would be, are you in an apartment building? Is there something you can do in the apartment building that might help you defray some of the rent or give you some sort of, you know, credits towards rent? Or is there something, I don't want to say under the table, but something that basically implies you're not getting an actual paycheck, but you're getting a different form of compensation, a trade or a barter? And, you know, of course, that does revolve around, you know, certain, you know, legal tax possibilities. But I'm wondering if that's the possibility that maybe you can make an arrangement with somebody. Maybe somebody you're able to help out with somebody else, and they're able to give you something or trade something, or even maybe possibly pay you. But it's not like a strictly employee situation. So that's what I feel there is, like, it's thinking out of the box. It's finding that possibility.
Thank you, Mr. O. That was the one thing I keep forgetting about that darn Seven of Swords upright. You really are going to have to think outside the box, Libra. You are probably going to have to take something that's not necessarily a job that you really desire or like, but you're going to have to cut to the chase and take it. I feel it's a choice you're going to have to make. And that card there, I think, is pivotal, that really you're going to have to think outside the box to find something to get you moving. And it's unfortunate, but it just seems like right now things are not stacked. Things are really uncertain. And so you got to bring some certainty back into your life. I don't know why I'm doing this for you, because if it turns out badly, I'm going to feel bad. But I felt I needed to look at my time frame cards here for this. So I'm going to do that really quick. And then we'll get on to Violet. Man, some of these readings have not been, happy. But hopefully they are giving people things to think about. Here's the way I feel about what I sense here. I think you're going to find something, but it may not be really soon, but it's not going to be this long. Remember what I told you about, that you're going to have to accept something that maybe will not make you feel fulfilled or happy? I think within 7 months, it's going to take this long, from 7 months to 2 years, before you'll truly find a place, a job that you're really going to want to stick with. I think what you're going to find now is that you're going to find some temporary things that are going to tide you over, but they're not going to be things that you're going to be really happy about.
Right, and that's what I would say too about those. I didn't mention it, but I pretty much agree with you that this is saying sometimes you have to make some choices that...
we all have to do that in life.
Yeah, we all have to do that.
I that wasn't my last job, but I've been at jobs before where I just had to do them until something better came along, that I knew that this was not a place I was going to stay. But you have to do what you have to do sometimes, and I sense that's what's coming towards you. And it seems to me it might be more than one job. I think like this scythe here is saying that, you're going to have to keep cutting and running to something else, So I wish you luck, but it just seems like you're going to have to find, a sense of balance through this difficult period. And I think it will tide you over. That's the good news. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to make you very happy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's fulfilling work. It's mostly just getting your bottom line covered.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Libra.
Oh, man. And, hey, feel free to ask again. Things are maybe bound to change.
Right. I mean, tarot is always a snapshot in time, so just because we feel this way now doesn't mean the cards won't give us something different.
Hey, Divine, go check out your reading. We did it already. Hopefully you enjoyed it, or you will enjoy it.
Yes. All right. Uncle Alan.
Question is for Uncle Alan about my lack of desire to risk new social interactions lately and online. Oh. All right. Well, let's see. Let's use this mermaid deck. All right.
And Sunny's hair is flying all over the place. I'm getting itchy in my nose.
Hey, you are welcome, Ostino. And Divine you are welcome too. It was an interesting reading, Divine you. You'll have to tell us what you think of that.
Yeah.
And I wish you luck on your trip. It should really be interesting.
Absolutely.
And it's mostly positive, trust me.
Yep. You're welcome, Ostino.
Yes, it can be. Yeah, it can be. Speaking as a person who was shy for a good portion of my life and very introverted in some ways, I
But
just
you
lacked
played
a lot
sports.
of confidence. What?
You played sports.
I did play sports.
You
I
could be
wasn't.
lost in the field, right?
Well, you know, sometimes I didn't get the credit I deserved, and sometimes I did.
You're welcome, Divine.
What the heck with this today? But the good news is it's upright. It's the Wheel of Fortune again. And this came up in a couple readings today. It's the Nine of Cups upright. It's come up, I think it's come up mostly reversed today.
It has.
So
It came up
you
reversed.
win there, Violet. Uncle Alan's got some words for you.
10 of
Like,
Cups.
what's the problem? It's not in these cards, but let's see what Mr. O has.
Well, there is a mountain. First, there is a
Ah.
mountain. Then there is no mountain. Then there is... and the clouds. And we had them before, but the other way around. The clouds were on the other side of the mountain.
Wow, this is so interesting. Uncle Alan is saying, like, hey, actually, your cycle is changing. Things are starting to gel and change for the better. Your goals, your manifestation is within reach. If you're trying to figure out, you know, if you really truly desire, Uncle Alan says, to communicate and make new connections with others, why aren't you doing it? Your cycle is higher right now than maybe you realize, and there's the potential to establish some long-term positive connections here. This might also be saying that maybe you have some already, and also that your family, you know, is truly here for you at this time. And I'm talking about your present family. You know, there's a lot of love, a lot of harmony to be generated by that to inspire you to seek out more. Those three cards are just so amazingly positive. And now we'll tackle this once Mr. O is done.
Well, there's not a lot I can add to those top three cards because I feel this is saying that it's just there. And so it's a matter of the wheel tumbling into its place for you finally, for you to see that or to realize that or to give you that push.
These two cards are why you don't see it. We'll get to that. Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really add anything that you haven't added.
So why don't you see it? Because you're feeling depressed right now. You're feeling down on yourself for whatever reasons you're going through your CPSTD. Uncle Alan realizes that, and that's why things look so cloudy and murky and why you hesitate. That you feel like, do I need to add what could be more burdens in my life right now? I have to see my way through the obstacles and troubles that I have here. But Uncle Alan might be trying to tell you that, you know, through the love and through connecting with others, it's possible that your fortunes may change.
I think Uncle Alan is saying that even when you feel this way, you have to kind of power through your struggles. Uncle Alan wants you to take the wheel. He wants you to take the wheel.
Right.
And that once you take the wheel, it's really like putting your destiny in your hands, Nine of Cups, which leads really to just more equanimity and really feeling accepted. You know, taking the wheel means finding the acceptance you're looking for.
And you know, there is a difference between Mr. O taking that wheel and riding it or being at the mercy of the wheel. You don't want that wheel to just be going up and down with you not right, you know, with you just kind of hanging on. You want to have some control there, and it's possible, you know. We often are at the whims of fate, but we can be the masters of our destiny, is what Uncle Alan is saying here. So if you truly want this, maybe you don't feel it right now, and maybe your connection with family is enough. But if your heart's desire is to make new connections and to really find a tribe out there that you feel comfortable with, or deepening some of the connections you already have, Uncle Alan says take that wheel and ride it. This is positive for you. And really try to see through the masks of depression, the masks of your struggles, and realize that not everybody out there is going to add to that, Right? So if you come in with that attitude, of course, you feel like, no, I just got to stay back from everybody else. But that's just your depression talking.
The Ten of Cups is the picture of family, idyllic behavior, but it's also, in a general sense, a sign of peace, a sign of peaceful emotions, serenity, calmness, comfortability, people understanding their relationships to each other.
And maybe it's time to meditate with some of those tarot cards that, if you're saying about your fears and everything, which is holding you back, the things that really promote courage and conviction over fears. Maybe it's like that Nine of Wands card. Maybe it's like the Strength card. Maybe it's like the King of Wands card, that card of courage, that real fiery energy. Or the Queen of Wands card, whatever it is for you, maybe it's time to truly focus on and do some meditation or some affirmation work with that. So that's, I think, what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Tito said something really eloquent, and I love it because I relate to that. I was incredibly shy and introverted child. You would never know that now, but even into my senior year, I was just basically shy. I was never popular. I was smart, but I wasn't popular, just in my neighborhood. And something about moving into college and getting involved with theater.
Take care, Ostino.
Helped me find my voice when I got involved in local theater, and people encouraged me, to do that. And it took a while, but by the third play I was doing, I was playing the lead role, Nero.
And maybe Uncle Alan might be saying, maybe you are taking this a little bit too hard right now. Maybe, this is just a cycle, and you will get through this. I think that it's just, those three cards are so positive. I think that Uncle Alan is saying, you deserve good, happy relationships in your life. You deserve to go after what you truly desire. And so don't let your depression, don't let your difficulties be mountains you can't climb, because you can. We Aries, we are mountain climbers. We can reach the top, and that's where we belong.
All right.
All right, hey, that's what we got for you, and let's close the show. Way late here. Oh my God. So, birthday readings and all. Thanks everybody today for great readings. Sorry they were not all happy, but I definitely think we had some really important information to impart today. And wishing you all the best. And we will see you soon.
Thank you, Divine.
Don't forget.
Right on the dot.
Our happy hour will be at 4 p.m. on Saturday instead of our usual time. Exactly. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day. I'm glad you liked it, Divine, and we will see you all again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.